This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Friday, November 3rd, 2023. Kind of hard to believe we're already in the month of November. So glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I talk with Morgan Jennings of the Practical Farmers of Iowa about their cover crop cost share program, how farmers can get involved with that, as well as their efforts to encourage more farmers to get kind of some of that reimbursement for their cover crop practices. We also have a check of that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're here with Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net. First off, Curt, what have we seen going on in those grain markets today?
Well, we had Giddy Up Friday here for a change. Usually these Fridays have been down. Last Friday wasn't too bad. This is a pretty good Friday close, but mainly seeing a little bit of encouragement here. Corn just been down and out here over the last week and a half. I think part of that was just due to the fact that we saw some DP basis contracts. So that put some grain in the commercial's hands. And so hopefully that's gone to the wayside and through here and kind of gives the market some confidence. Maybe this cash pressure is about to run its course. But what we saw here going home Friday, one was a sharply lower U.S. dollar. And I don't know if there's a real correlation to it, but that gave the market some confidence to push grain prices higher, makes our products cheaper on the world market for the most part. Then we saw some concerns about that South American weather forecast. Northern Brazil just continues to be too dry, southern Brazil too wet, and central Brazil just about right, the three different stages there. But the significance is typically when we get into November here, that South American forecast comes in and we see a little bit better of a monsoonal flow, and that's just not happening. What is in the forecast is scattered, spotty showers, about like what we saw here during our growing season. And they're trying to get some crop in the ground. There's talk about maybe shifting a few acres maybe. So we might have seen the high estimate on the South American production number because weather's going to be the key there. Of course, this El Nino, man, you go clear back to the 70s when there's El Nino type of patterns in that southern hemisphere. It presents, some challenges sometimes to get a good crop. So all those factors came in together here. The commodity funds bought about 6,300 contracts of beans, 7,500 contracts of corn, and about 3,200 contracts of wheat going into midday. The other thing is we did see 131,000 ton beans sale to unknown destination. Not a huge amount, but it does add up. That kind of offset the export sales report we saw there on Thursday morning at kind of the lower end. So that helps things somewhat. Still continued talk of China being in the marketplace, seeing some interest, particularly out of the Gulf. We're seeing actually some of our prices being a little bit more competitive to other countries around the world. So we just need to see some confirmation of sales. And the commercial guys kind of thought we will see some confirmation of some export business Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So we'll see if that materializes. So just a lot of little things just came all together here. I think the market said enough to the downside, particularly in corn. Let's do something different here. U.S. weather, pretty good shape for the most part. As you mentioned earlier here before the recording, there's some snow around. As soon as Halloween's over, we'll go straight to Christmas, skip Thanksgiving, it seems like. But harvest activity is moving along. Last week, we were 71% done on corn, 85% done on bean harvest as a nation. I think that's going to, continue to ratchet up and stay above the average for the most part. we'll see, how the state breakdowns go here locally. We're fairly well done with harvest. There's still, some corn around. Guys are working ground, trying to put some anhydrous on ahead of the game. Eastern Corn Belt continues to be a little slow. Crops just not drying down very fast for them. But Indiana, Ohio, you get Michigan, and of course, up in that northwest, there's a few spots there that struggle. Wheat conditions, last week were 47% good to excellent, and we expect that number to be another good one here. Wheat's probably the best conditions or best looking right now as we've seen in many years. Coming in this coming week, thing to watch for is a November 9th crop report. And trade's kind of looking at maybe just a slightly higher yield estimate. I don't know if they got enough wiggle room to move numbers around a whole lot. It's still early in the marketing season, so to come in and slash exports or increase export is probably just a fine-tuning of sharpening their pencil a little bit. Big day technically here in the corn. Corn finished with an upside up day. We made a new low and closed above Thursday's high. That's encouraging. So hopefully we can alleviate the oversold conditions. Corn finished lower on the week, but better than it was yesterday. Soybeans up 44 cents for the week. It kind of broke out of that sideways consolidation pattern. Also, too, we saw a new move higher on the daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. So that's kind of encouraging. Chicago wheat finished up 6.5 cents. And we did see a price reversal of the upside on the weekly chart there too. So technically, hopefully those commodity funds will see that and want to cover some of these short positions they have in the corn and the wheat market.
And then with those livestock markets as well, we kind of saw a little bit of a roar upwards in the marketplace. And for cattle especially, it's kind of despite that recent cattle on feed report. So what do we have pushing the market prices there?
Yeah, you talk about volatility, man. It's about like trading pork bellies back in the 70s and 80s, man. It's just plain nuts. Cattle and feed straight down, then we straight back up. Kind of recorded a V bottom. But if you take the deferred contracts, February on out, we still have that price chart gap we left right after that report. So the challenge will be able to go back up and try to fill that. D's fats 183. We'll see how cash trade develops here. We're rapidly approaching holiday season in through here, so we'll see if this holiday demand picks up, particularly hams. Hogs finished 60 cents higher on the week. Once again, kind of a V bottom. See if we can't get something going here. Export sales, beef is fair at 17. Pork sales, 31 million tons or 1,000 tons, and most of those went to Mexico. So we'll see how the consumer does at the retail shelf here once we get Thanksgiving out of the way.
Lots of great information today, Curt. For those of our listeners and our viewers who'd like to get in touch with agmarket.net for more great marketing information, how can they do that?
1-800-779-1515 is our number here locally, or else you go to agmarket.net.
Thanks for taking the time to visit with us again today, Curt. Lots of great analysis as always. Have a great weekend.
You bet. Take care.
That again was Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net. We'll take a look at how those numbers closed. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. At the close, December corn up 7 1/4 at 477 1/4. November soybeans up 23 1/2 at 1327 1/2. December soybean meal up 15.80 at 442.10. Soybean oil down 96 cents at 49.36. Chicago wheat up 7 even at 572 1/2. Minneapolis spring wheat up 10 1/4 at 721 even. Kansas City hard red wheat up 2 even at 643 1/2. December oats down 4 1/2 at 372 even. On the Merc, December live cattle down 80 at 183.87. November feeders down 202 at 240.60. December lean hogs down 152 at 71.75. Pork cutout down 152 at $80 even. November class 3 milk down 8 cents at 17.31. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I'll talk with Morgan Jennings of the Practical Farmers of Iowa about their cover crop cost share program. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. We all know the benefits of cover crops at this point and how they are good for the environment. Also can be good to add a little extra revenue to a farmer's pocket. Talked with Morgan Jennings of the Practical Farmers of Iowa about their cover crop cost share program, how it encourages farmers to maybe adopt more of those cover crop practices while also rewarding farmers who have been using those practices for a while. Well, we are here with Morgan Jennings of Practical Farmers of Iowa. She is the Field Crops Viability Coordinator. Morgan, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today. We're talking about the Cover Crops Cost Share Program. First off, just tell us a little bit about this program and what exactly it does for farmers.
Yes, absolutely. So Practical Farmers of Iowa, we're super excited to offer our cover crop cost share program for another year. It's been going on since 2015. And so very long-standing, successful. We had a little over 1,100 farmers enroll in the program last year. We've surpassed that this year. We got a little over 1,700 applications in so far. And yeah, if you are seeding a fall cover crop on non-organic corn and bean acres, I definitely would encourage you to apply.
So then, more specifically from the program, what kind of cost share are farmers looking at receiving once they are inside this program?
Great question. Yes, for this program, you will receive $10 per acre, and you can enroll an unlimited amount of acres. We don't have any acre caps for this program. I think that stands us apart from some other ones that are out there. But you can also stack our program with any publicly funded cost share program as well. So that could get you more money in your pocket.
So we have a lot of farmers who are kind of on the fence about getting into cover crops and would like that aid, if as they make that jump into a new decision. Also, a lot of farmers who have been doing it for a while and haven't been seeing those benefits. Is this program more for one or the other type of farmer, or is this really for both?
I would say it's definitely for both. We have farmers of any acre size and any experience level applying for the program. We have farmers that are brand new, only have a year experience, if that. And then there's farmers that have more than a decade's worth of experience. We take anybody, those that are new to the program. We do consultations with you just to make sure you're comfortable with your cover crop plan and the program. And obviously those that are more experienced are welcome to chat with us as well.
So you mentioned that you guys have been doing this program for several years now. What are some of the key takeaways from the years of doing this program so far? What are some of the things that really stick out that maybe new farmers should be considerate of?
Yeah, I would say for this program, some big things to consider are that it is super simple. It should only take you 10 minutes of your time to apply, super quick and easy. And if doing it online isn't your preference, you can definitely call into the office and me or anybody on our team can help get you enrolled over the phone. Super slick that way as well, whatever works best for you. So you could be sitting in the tractor cab and want to give us a call and we can get you signed up that way. Like I said, $10 per acre, and you can stack it with other programs. And I think on average, farmers seeded like 357 acres of cover crops with support from our cost share.
And then just thinking of the program, who can sign up for this program? Like, are there any requirements for that? And then on top of that, when should they be signing up?
Yes, great question. So we're pretty flexible, whatever works best for you and your operation. We don't have seeding date or rate requirements, anything like that. You could do a single species, you could do a mix of cover crops, whatever you want. Our deadline is December 1st, so that is quickly approaching. So if you have a cover crop seeded already, definitely get enrolled. You do not have to have an application in before you were to seed cover crops. I know that's a frequently asked question we get. So if you do already have it seeded and you meet those eligibility requirements, definitely get in. Anyone that is in Iowa is eligible to apply. They're in an eligible county, of course. We do branch out into other states as well. So feel free to look online at our county map. That's a great way to see if you fall into our realm. But that would be like Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, of course, all of Iowa, and then Southeast South Dakota is also eligible.
Lots of great information today, Morgan. Is there anything else about the Cover Crops Cost Share program that our listeners and viewers should know about today?
PFI is just really excited to have this program again to help farmers reduce that financial burden of seeding cover crops, and glad that we can offer it again because we've seen the interest growing.
Morgan, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, and good luck, and hopefully you get a lot of farmers new onto this program.
Thank you, Riley.
That again was Morgan Jennings of the Practical Farmers of Iowa. Let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, you couldn't really ask for much nicer weather for this kind of fall into winter season, especially with how Mother Nature has been treating us recently with the really cold weather and the snow on the ground. Looking into this weekend, we can see mid-50s, even upper 50s. Some areas might stretch into that 60-degree range, but otherwise, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny conditions. Like I said, really just couldn't ask for much more, and really don't want to tempt Mother Nature and complain about it at this point. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, today we have mostly cloudy skies with slight rain chances in the east, highs ranging from the mid-50s to low 60s. Tonight we have mostly cloudy skies with the lows ranging from the low to upper 30s. And tomorrow mostly sunny skies, once again with chances for showers in the southwest, highs ranging from the low to upper 50s. And taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will see mostly sunny skies with a high around 55, Shenandoah partly cloudy with a slight chance for rain and a high around 59, Des Moines partly sunny and a high of 55, Waterloo mostly sunny and a high of 53, Albia partly cloudy with a high of 56, and Clinton will also see mostly sunny skies with a high around 53. For a more detailed forecast in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. It's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com, as well as our brand new podcast product, Pods of Potential. Go to the podcast tab and check out that drop-down menu and click on Pods of Potential to see our first episode of that out right now. Very exciting additional partnership with the Iowa Soybean Association. You can also find our 5 daily ag news stories on there, and you have the chance to sign up for our newsletter as well. Check us out on social media at Facebook, X, TikTok, and LinkedIn, and find our video content as well as previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson, Dustin Huffman, and Andy Peterson, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.